Welcome back, everybody. TJ Crockett here at Down Home Cooking, and today we are going to be cooking an awesome meal. Brings back a lot of childhood memories for me. Homemade chicken and dumplings from scratch. Nothing out of a can that you have to pour into a kettle and boil and watch. I'm talking about the real stuff. Stuff like your grannies and your grandpas and your parents used to fix. That's what we do on this show. We try to create stuff back from the childhood, and I kind of put a little twist on it sometimes. And guys, we have a lot of fun doing it. I want to take just a minute to thank each and every one of you guys out there. We have grown so fast in the last month. I didn't think I could get this many subscribers. And guys, I'm looking for you to hit that subscribe button right now and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I think once I do that, I can go live and do other things. And guys, I have a lot of great stuff in store for you. But thank you guys for all the comments and shares and likes. I have really enjoyed talking to you guys in some of these comments. And you know what? And just for the guys that wants to be a smart aleck to this old country boy, you know, back in the day, we didn't do this right here or get our phone out and say this and say that and don't know who that person is. Oh, we just met them and took them out there behind the wood shack, smacked them around a little bit, knocked some sense into them. They didn't bother or bully anybody then. But I guess what, guys? You won't bully anybody on this channel here, I guarantee it. We are here to have fun, learn about different cooking. Hey guys, I'm learning every day as we do this stuff. I love doing this stuff with you guys. And if you're not learning something every day, you're too proud and arrogant to even do anything. You're not going to accomplish nothing in life. If you think you already know everything, you have arrived. Well, guess what, guys? I've got a surprise for you. Chop, chop, chop. No way. That doesn't work here. But listen, when I was just a kid, this brought back so many childhood memories just trying to get this ingredients together because I can almost smell it now. Me standing on my tiptoes at the stove, looking and watching my daddy roll this dough and stuff out and cooking this chicken and getting it all ready, and I couldn't wait to sop it up with some cornbread. So today we are making homemade chicken and dumplings from scratch, and we're going to make some cornbread in the cast iron skillet to sop it all up with. And guys, let's get right into it. Let's do it, guys. Hey guys, look who we got here today. Come here, Flash. Come here, buddy. You want your num-num? Huh? Oh, Flash, guys. He's ready to be cooking some dumplings, and he's ready to... Are you ready? Come on, get it, Flash. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, Flash, he's going to be ready to get this on today. Let me wash my hands real quick, and I'm going to show you these ingredients. All right, guys, so what we're going to do... Now, look. When I was a kid, my dad, he did not use any carrots or celery. But as I got older, cooking for my family and stuff, I incorporated this in, and it made it just bring out a little bit better taste of something that me and my family love. You don't have to do that, but it makes it better. So what we got today is we're going to use about a half of an onion. We're going to use 1 carrot, and we're going to dice it all up here in just a few minutes. We're going to use a whole stalk of celery, maybe not quite all of it. We got some salt and pepper. We got our Dutch oven here. We're going to cook our chicken and our dumplings in. We got some homemade stock here. We got some buttermilk. We got some flour for our dough for our I can't even talk, for our dumplings. I'll get it down here in a second. So this is what we got, guys, and we're going to go ahead. This is the ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and get it chopped up and get it ready, and we're going to meet you guys over here at the stove. We're going to put this chicken on. Now, this chicken right here weighs about 3.5 pounds, so it's going to take about an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 30 minutes, somewhere around in there, and we'll check it out, make sure it's good and done. We're going to debone this sucker, and then we're going to get our ingredients all in there. Guys, stick around. This is going to be easy for you. Hey guys, don't get scared because you hear chicken and dumplings and think you can't do it. This is one of the easiest things you can do. And guys, I know everybody's got carrots and celery in their bottom of the refrigerator. All you gotta do is go out and get you a fresh chicken, not unless you're on a farm where you can just cut one up, and some salt and pepper, some buttermilk, or you can use regular milk, but I like using buttermilk, and have you some stock. Start making you some homemade stock. I'll show you guys how to do that too. we're gonna make homemade stock today, but I got a little extra just in case we need to, because it's gonna take a lot of liquid to get this dumplings and stuff going. So we'll be right back. We're gonna get this cut up, get everything ready, and I'll meet you guys over at the stove. Okay guys, anytime fooling with poultry, make sure you do not contaminate anything, touching this, touching that. I just washed my hands again. I just simply seasoned it up with salt and pepper, front and back. But I want to show you this cavity right here. This is important. So we're going to take a half a stick of butter and we're going to cut it right in half. And we're going to open that sucker up and we're going to put it right up in this cavity here. And I'm trying not to touch the chicken at all so I don't have to rewash my hands while I'm cutting this stuff up. But I'm going to have to. So let me make sure this gets in there right. I'll wash my hands real quick. All right, so we got that done. We're going to set this off to the side. We're waiting for our water to come to a boil. I'm going to wash my hands real quick, and then we're going to start cutting this up and putting it in there, because that's going to... Okay, so let me tell you guys real fast. The celery, onions, and carrots is just for extra flavor. And it's going to go in and cook with the chicken as it is boiling. That's what's going to give it some little extra goodness, flavor. And that's what I wanted to show you guys real fast how we're going to do this. Let me move this out of the way. We don't need that no more. Okay, remember we said we're only going to need about a half an onion, so let me go ahead and cut this in half, because I don't need a whole one. And I'm just going to put big chunks in there like this. Just cut it just like this. And that's it. That's gonna go into the water. And it's gonna make our broth and stuff taste a lot better. I've already rinsed and cut these. Cut that right there like that. And I like cutting them right down the middle. Just like that. But you gotta cut it all the way. There we go. All right, and then I'm just gonna cut these up just like this. No big deal. Nothing pretty, nothing special. Just try to keep them, you know, pretty close to uniform size. You don't want no big pieces in there. Just keep it small. Because when we pull this out, this is gonna make that broth and stuff even better. To the last bit. Okay, there that is, and that's all we're going to use of that. This is trash. And now we're just going to cut this carrot up. So I'm just going to cut it right here in half, cut it right down the middle real fast, and I'll probably just cut it again just a little bit more like this. There's all kinds of ways you can cut up, you know, your vegetables. You do it however it makes you feel comfortable. But this way is comfortable for me. I can cut right through it. I'm not no fast cutter or professional cutter, but that's just what it is. You know what? See, that's just the right amount right there. About the same of everything, okay? So I'm gonna save this for another day, and this. And I hear our water trying to come to the temperature over here. What in the world? I dropped that too. Okay, trash. All right, so we're gonna get all this, put it in our water. And right now, we're gonna put the vegetables in the water, and we're bringing it to a boil. And then when it comes to a boil, we're gonna stick this in and I'll show you guys. Okay, so as this is coming up to start boiling here. I can't even talk today. Now I'm gonna put our vegetables right on in here. Be careful not to splash it real hard on you. Just like that. And then I'm gonna show you what else I'm gonna do real quick. So we already salted our chicken and stuff. However, some of that's gonna get washed off into the broth anyway. So I know about how much I used. So be careful if you got high blood pressure and all that. You don't want to put a lot of sodium in this. I don't like a lot of salt in mine anyway. So we got this going here. Now I've got a little bit of this right here. I'm just gonna put a little bit in here to help the broth. And I'm not measuring anything out, so you can just kind of see what I put in there. Probably about, that's about it right there. And I'm gonna whisk it all together. And you can hear it is starting to come to a boil. And it's already smelling good, guys. Whisk that together. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of this in it, the Primo Danos. This is pretty good stuff. Put a little bit in there for extra taste. I'm gonna throw a little bit of this in there for it, of the Danos. Not a bunch, just a little bit. Now, I told you that, you know, I'm showing you guys how my daddy did this. However, my dad didn't have Danos and all this other stuff, but this just makes it better. We all create things, make it your own. So it's kind of like a country song. Somebody sings a country song, you don't try to sing it just like they do, you make it your own. So we're gonna let that go there and come to a boil just a little bit more, and I'm gonna put this chicken in it. Give it just a couple of more minutes. Okay, see how we got it rolling to a boil here? All right, now we're gonna stick our chicken in it, and we're gonna cut the burner down to about medium high, just a rolling boil. I don't want it boiling too hard. And now we're gonna stick our chicken in here. Be careful when you guys do this. I hope I didn't put too much water in it. Sometimes I'm bad about that. But it should be fine. If not, we could take some out. But no, perfect. Perfecto. Okay, so we're gonna let that go for about an hour and 15 minutes. And while we're working, while this is doing its thing over here, we're gonna be working on our dough to make the dumplings, guys. I can't talk today for some reason. I was gonna do something else here too. What was I gonna do? I don't want to put, okay, I cut it down. I'm not putting the lid on it right now. Oh, I'm gonna set my timer. So let's set the timer here real quick, and then we'll check the internal temperature as well. Then we'll let it, once we get it done, we'll bring it out and let the chicken cool off, and we'll debone it, and then we'll start getting our dumplings ready. Okay, so we're now ready to make our dumplings. Real quick, guys, one thing that I forgot to tell you, I'm boiling the chicken. My dad never used thyme or nothing like that, but I do. But I don't put it in there until about 10 or 15 minutes after, because I used it dry. Now, if it was the fresh thyme leaves, I would have done it in the beginning, but I just put a little bit in it about 10 or 15 minutes after it starts cooking. Kind of gives it a little color, and it gives it a good flavor. Okay, all right, so get you a pencil, piece of paper or something, or remember how I do this, because right now I do not have no ingredients listed anywhere, so just follow along with me. That's the easiest way to do it for you right now. I got 3 cups of all-purpose flour. We're gonna pour it in here. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon, a good heaping teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, we're gonna put that in there, and that's all we're gonna do. I don't want much rise in this at all, because we're gonna roll them out. Okay, all right. Now, folks, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put, oh shoot, what did I say that was? It's a half a teaspoon of salt. And shoot, I forgot again. I can't keep up with these little spoons here. They mix me up. I like a lot of pepper in mine, and it is 2 teaspoons of pepper. Now that may seem like a lot of pepper to you. If you don't like a lot of pepper, then don't use that much, but it makes it a lot better for me. I like it like that. And then I'm gonna get my whisk, and I'm gonna whisk this up real quick so it's all seasoned together. Just do it real quick like this. And don't act like you're scared of fooling with this, because It's not that hard, guys. It just takes a little patience, a little bit of time to do it, and it's no big deal. Now, some people put parsley flakes in this. I think my daughter, when she cooks it, she does hers with parsley flakes. I do have some parsley back in it when I do get the broth and all that stuff done. All right, so now we got a 1.5 cups of buttermilk. Now, I start off by pouring it gentle. It's sometimes used about a cup, but I end up using the rest of it as we go along. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pour a little bit in here at a time and mix. And I would suggest you do that too. So I'm gonna pour in about a 1/2 cup at a time. And that's nowhere near, but I just wanna go ahead and start working this together, flipping it over, all that good stuff. I do think my father, like I said, he passed away when I was young. So I was going as far as I can by memory. Just remembering how he did it. But I do believe he put some kind of lard or something in this back in the day. I do not like using that butter Crisco shortening stuff because it's got vegetable oil and seed oil and all that stuff in it. And that is really hard on your arteries. It causes inflammatory. So does using vegetable oil. That's why I only use avocado oil when I'm cooking, or olive oil. So you just want to mix it around, get it incorporated real good. And I'm going to use my hands here in just a minute, but I don't want to get it all over my hands yet. Okay, see how that's coming together? Now I'm going to just kind of mush it down a little bit. That's coming together just fine. I want to make a ball is what I end up doing here, and I'm going to get that here in just a second since I get the rest of this flour. I don't know where my wooden spoon went. Okay, now I'm going to use the rest of it, and this is when I'm going to use my hands, and it's going to get fun. All right, let me pull this off here. Use my hands. Just wash my hands, guys. Make sure you wash your hands. Keep your hands clean at all times. Yeah, I could be using some gloves, but I'm out and I haven't been to the store to get any. I usually go to Buc-ee's and get my gloves because they're the best price. I may have to use a little bit more buttermilk because this is supposed to form a ball. And it's not wanting to do it. It's real sticky right now. Just got to work it for just a second, guys. And then we're going to work it when we get it out there on the table, put some flour in it. Get the rest of this flour out of here like this. I hope you guys can see this pretty good. Okay, now there it starts to come now. That's why I like using the spoon as far along as I can when I do this. There it goes. Just like that. Just get it together. It all comes off. This to me is the only hard part, is fooling with this dough, getting it all over your hands and all that stuff, but it's fine. Let me try to get some of this off before I get it out here on the table, and we're about ready to roll this thing. See how we made like a little ball? Just like that. And then we'll play with it some more here in just a second. Okay, let me get this off. Look what I did. You can roll it too. Roll it, put it back on there, roll it off your fingers like this, stick it back on there. It's not gonna hurt you guys, promise you. Our chicken's been going, it's almost done, so we're moving right along. And you know what you want to do when you're cooking your chicken, guys, you want to make sure that it's fork tender, that it comes to the right temperature and all that. But usually I don't have to put a thermometer in it to gauge it because I know what it's supposed to do. I've done it so much, I know what's going on. Let me wash my hands off here, and I'm gonna put some flour out on our board. We're gonna start rolling it out. Just give me just a second to rinse this off. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I hope you guys enjoy me taking you through the steps, just like Grandma and Papa and Mom and Dad used to do. They used to make this when you was a kid. I hope there's some younger guys and gals out there that's interested in doing this. Taking a little bit of my bake there. So now I'm just going to put me some flour out here, get it spreaded out, make sure I got what I need, and then we're going to start rolling this thing. See, we got a ball. All right, so just roll it right there like that. You want to press it out just like this. Just get her where you can get it to be operated here. It's pretty simple, and that's it, guys. And then what we're gonna do is get this thing, get a little powder on it. Somebody in the comments said that I don't know what they meant by it. They said I was sniffing glue or something. Said go sniff some more glue, and I need to be educated on something. I don't know what the heck they was talking about. Also, guys, I don't know much about doing YouTube and all this stuff. So if anybody out there wants to be a moderator and they would be devoted in helping our channel, if you could, please leave me a comment and let me know. And I would be really, really interested in talking to you, because I can't watch this channel all the time and people saying stuff and all that good stuff. I want to make sure that, you know, all the questions are answered, and people is not mistreating people on this channel. I try to keep an eye on it. So you want to roll it out real thin, okay? Just roll it out as thin as you can get it. Don't have to be pretty. Nothing pretty about nothing that we're doing here. Just roll it out thin. I think you want to probably get it around about 1/8 of an inch. See that pepper? See that pepper and salt in it? Or not salt, but well, I just knocked that over. You can see that pepper in it, guys. That's what's gonna make it good, good, good. All right, I about got it to the thickness that I want. Well, I did. Just stretch it out there. Make sure the center's rolled. I know my cutting board's trying to move on me and everything else. Something to stop that is you can take a wet paper towel and put underneath of it, and it won't do that. Just roll it out, take your time. Don't be in a big hurry or knock your camera over like I do. I'm clumsy. You get an old country boy here in the kitchen, you know, like a bull in a china closet. This is looking really good, guys, really good. We're just about done. We're gonna cut it here in just a second. I'm gonna show you a little trick. And I seen my daddy do this. Boy, this brings back some good memories. I remember standing right there on his hip, right beside him, just watching him. I loved, ever since I was a kid, I was fascinated about cooking. Make sure that center's rolled out the way we want it. Oh yeah, perfect. All right, guys, so now we're ready to cut this sucker. And then we'll clean this mess up. Now, we're gonna cut it. Let me see here it is. We're gonna cut it. We're gonna use a pizza cutter, all right? So like I said, nothing pretty, nothing fancy, but I'm gonna kind of square this thing up a little bit. Just do it like this. I like doing this for my OCD reasons. I just like everything to be, and I'm still gonna use these ends, but I'm just kind of squaring off. See that little square I just did there? And so I'm gonna make these just like that. And then I'll cut that piece. I've got that. There's a piece, there's a piece. And you want your dumplings, I'm gonna show you here in just a second how big you need your dumplings to be. You need your dumplings to be just about like that right there, folks. See how thin it is? That's borderline. That might be almost getting to be too thick. That's about a good eighth, sixth. Well, it's a little bit. Some of it's a little bit thinner. See here, but that's all right. It ain't gotta be that perfect. You guys are getting the idea. You just want it. You don't want it no thicker than that. That's for sure. So I'm just gonna pile these up over here on the side when I'm done, and I'm just gonna cut these. The ones on the outside that I squared off, and just gonna cut them. You can throw a little flour over that way so they don't stick together as you do it. I'm gonna get this piece here, cut. Look at that, that's gonna be a little bitty piece. And I see, I'll leave it like that too. I think that'll be perfect. But when we cut this part right here, it'll look more uniform. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Then we're gonna cut this. I hope you guys, let me walk around to the camera and see if you guys can see this part. I'm pretty sure you can. Oh yeah, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, good. All right. So you see that, you know, they ain't gotta be beautiful or nothing like that. These will look better. If you're worried about how they're gonna look, then you can roll it out a different way. But, so just go like this. I made that one too thick. See, this channel, we're not perfect, guys. I mean, look at this. You don't want me to get behind a mule and plow your rows, because that's about how straight they'll be when I get done. Just like that. And then we'll come across, cut them. See how easy this is? This is no big deal, guys. Don't make a big deal out of it. Don't be scared of making homemade dumplings. They're not that hard. The only hard part that I don't like is getting the dough all over your hands and stuff. That complicates me. I don't know why. All right, guys, so we got this done. We'll leave it just like this until we're ready for our there's no sense of moving it, because we're just going to take them and put them in there one at a time when we get our chicken out and debone it. When we come back, we'll be ready to do that step. So you guys hang on and stay right there with us. You hear? Hey, I popped the lid off and I wanted to show you guys what this chicken's looking like. It's cooking very well. So that's what the broth and all that stuff right here is supposed to look like. Looking good, looking good. Just got done with these dumplings. I'm gonna get my hands washed up, get everything ready, and hopefully these will be done. This chicken will be done here in the next 30, 45 minutes at the most. Remember, I want to get this at the right temperature, but it's going to be fork tender. That's how I'm going to tell it's done, when it's fork tender. Okay, so we got the chicken done. Now we're going to take it out, and so I can debone it. And I'm trying to find all my tools and stuff that I want to do this with, because it's going to fall apart. But should be able to just pull it up like this. And set it right there on top of it. There's a wing. And then I always like to kind of strain it to make sure that I don't have, there's no kind of bones or anything in the bottom of it. I just kind of look, make sure. It looks good. There's some fat in there that can stay in there. Okay, so I'm gonna get this chicken. It looks really good. I'm gonna get this chicken deboned and taken apart, and I'll be right back. And we're gonna start on these dumplings. Okay, guys, we have our chicken out of here. This is what's left from the stock here, from the chicken. We have our dumplings ready to be dropped. We're going to add some more liquid in this. We are going to add some chicken stock that's homemade, that I made, I've had saved, back into this. And we may use a little cornstarch to thicken it up. Let's see how it turns out. But regardless, it's going to be bad to the chicken bone. We're bringing it up to a boil. I got my other chicken stock over here. We're gonna pour it in. It's gonna make it to where it cools it down. But I'm gonna put, I think this is, that's a quart. So I think it's 4 cups or 2 cups. 2 cups. No, that ain't right. Look it up, I can't remember. 4 quarts makes what? 4 quarts makes a gallon. So a quart is about 2 cups, I believe. I'll have to look it up myself. So we made cornbread. We have it all, we just got it out of the oven, just got it buttered up. And let's see what else we got here. We have our chicken that is deboned. Let me show you guys what it looks like. It looks really good. So this is gonna go in right after we get this. We're bringing it back up to a boil, guys. A slow rolling boil. We're gonna start adding our dumplings in, then we'll put our chicken over. So here's what I was saying, it's gonna thicken up because it's got flour on it. So it's gonna thicken up a little bit. We're gonna see. I've already tasted of it, and it tastes amazing, this broth already. I mean, it is really, really good. Let me try it again. Oh my God. That's gonna be the best chicken and dumplings right there, guys. All right, let me get this up to where it needs to be, and then I'll show you when I start dropping them in how to do it and how to cook them. And we're gonna get ready to eat this sucker here soon, guys. Hey guys, we got it to a rolling boil, and we want a gentle rolling boil. We don't want a hard one. Stir this one more time, and then we're gonna drop these in a few at a time. And what you want to do is we'll drop them in just like that. You don't want to put a bunch in at one time. You don't want to crowd it. So just watch me here. There's not much to really tell you besides what I am telling you while I'm doing this, other than the fact that this sure is, every time I fix this. Now, bring back, let me finish my sentence before I jump on something else. Sure is bringing back memories when I was a kid. Now listen, also, and then you put some in and you want to do it, you want to stir it real gentle, because you don't want them to come apart. See how they're starting to float a little bit? That's what you want. So there is another recipe for dumplings. It's a little bit easier, and I may do that later on. It's my mom's recipe, and what she does is uses biscuits and does it that way. I will show you how to do that in another video some other time. But yeah, just go ahead and stick these in here. Just like that. Just like that. And as you can see, we still got a little over half over here left. Just keep sticking them in little by little. And I've let these sit over here for so long, and this is not good. And they've kind of started getting soggy. See how that one's trying to stick to that one? I'm going too fast. We don't want that to happen. Just kind of give it a gentle turn right there. They're delicate right now, guys. So you got to be careful with them when you first do this, so they can get start getting hard. And I got to separate these a little bit because where I've had them sitting here for a minute, I got them stuck together. That's not good, guys. You don't want to do that. You don't want that to happen to you. So I'm going to set that to the side and separate it here in a few minutes. Hopefully not many other ones are like that. See how they're floating to the top? That's what you want. So you want to slide some more down in here, little at a time. Give them a chance to boil. Just like that. Stick a few more in. Don't crowd them. They can be easily messed up here. They'll start sticking together if you put them in too fast. So I'm gonna let them sit in there for just a second. And these need to cook for about 15, 20 minutes. Something like that. While we're letting these go for a minute, let me save some camera time and let me get these apart so this video is not so long you're just watching me tear stuff apart. So I'll be right back. Okay, so what I had to do is I had to re-roll these out, just put a little flour down because they stuck together on me where I was deboning that chicken, and I shouldn't have piled them on top of each other like that. But you can see how they're getting good and done. I'm setting these down in there, just a few more at a time. Stir them up. See how good that's looking, guys? It's looking really good. I got a few more over here left. You always try to stick it right there. You can make a little pathway like this and stick them down in there once they get some in it. Reach over here at the same time. As long as they go to the bottom. I don't think those two did yet, but I'll be back over there. I know how to make them do what I want. Been around dumplings too long. And I'm making a little bit more dumplings than I had planned, but these will be really good. Try to shake off the flour as well. I'm bad about not doing that. Let me see if I can grab a few more at a time. So I'm trying to hurry. I'm trying not to make these videos so long, guys. But at the same time, I'm not trying to rush them either. I'm trying to give you guys justice so you see what's going on. And notice that when you put this dough in, it cools your broth back down the way it. I got just a few more, and then we're ready. Then we're going to work on the broth part. I don't like mine real thick, and I don't like it real thin. I like it just right. Now, right now it's too thin, so we're going to work on that as soon as we get these dumplings done, and then we're going to put our meat over here, our chicken back into it. Let it do its thing. We got a couple more pieces and we got it, guys. There we go. This is it. This is all of them right here. And I've made a mess, and I'm OCD. I keep my kitchen spotless. And right now I got flour everywhere. Okay, we're gonna let these finish cooking. When I come back here in just a second, we're gonna add the meat, make sure our broth is good, everything's good, and then we're gonna taste this thing. It's gonna be delicious, folks. Okay, so that they're at a rolling boil for about 10 minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and add a little thickener here. This is just a little cornstarch. It's gonna cause it to thicken up just a little bit. You wanna pour it in there slowly. About like that, and you'll see the magic happen. Pour a little bit in at a time just so you'll know how much it needs to thicken. Just keep stirring there for just a second. There it goes. It's starting to thicken up now. Let it get a little more boil right there in the middle, and I'll pour some more in there. It'll thicken right up. Right about there. And that should do it, folks. All right, while that thickens up there, we're gonna get ready to put our meat in here in just a second. And then we're gonna get to the tasting. We're gonna get to try this stuff. Now let's put our meat in it. Notice I used a baking pan, and I put Reynolds wrap down first for the mess. This is gonna be awesome, guys. Dark meat, that's why I like doing a whole chicken, because you get dark meat, white meat, all the different variations, and it comes together perfect. When you just do chicken thighs or chicken breast, you get one kind of meat. You know, it's not mixed in there. I don't think it's traditional, but you do what you want. I'm not knocking those who do it. I'm just saying, to me, this is more traditional when you have the chicken, the whole chicken, and you do everything else like this. Look at that. Lots of meat. So we'll let that come to a warming boil here for a couple more minutes. And it's done, folks. And we're gonna plate it up. We're gonna have some of it. We'll let that thicken up just a little bit more. Okay, we've let it come down to a simmer. It's thickened up. I don't like mine real thick. I like it brothy. More like a kind of a soup. I don't like it real thick. So I like sopping it up with my cornbread. But this is ready to go. I'm about to get a plate and get over here and plate it up so you guys can see how good it is. And then we're gonna taste of it. And that's all she wrote, guys. Hold on, we're gonna taste this sucker now. All right, guys, the part we've been waiting for, got it all plated up. Looks amazing. Got my cornbread right there. Look at that. Looks so good. Let's go in for a little zoom. Look at all that chicken and stuff. Golly, that looks so good, guys. Look at that broth. All ready to go. All right, guys, so you know what it's time for now. Time to eat this sucker. Let's taste it. We finally made it to this stage, guys. The best part of the show right here, when I get to taste it and let you guys see it. Guys, this is turned out really, really good. I can't wait to put this fork into it. But thank you all for sharing, liking, and subscribing to this channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your favorite food is that you might want to see me cook here next on this show. And guys, as always, I really appreciate it. Now let's get in with this bite. All right, so I made some cornbread too, and I'm trying not to spill it, but I'm coming in, guys, letting you guys see this. Golly, this looks good. Look at that, folks. Looks delicious. All right, so here we go. So I'm gonna go in with this, get a bite of this dumpling first. It's hot too. Perfect. Just like I like it. That plate is scalding hot. Let's get a bite of this cornbread. Sop it up with this. Oh my God, amazing, guys. Let me get another bite of this dumpling right here. I mean, I don't think it could have come out any better than this. I mean, I'm talking about total satisfaction. Delicious. The chicken is so tender. It's not dry. I mean, it was moist when I tore it apart, but when it's soaked up in this too, I mean, it just made it even more juicier. the right amount of seasoning. I mean, guys, this is perfect. Guys, you make this video. It's your all's turn to do it now, guys. You can do it. You can do it. All right, guys, so we're at the end of the video. I appreciate it, but now it's time to hit the road, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much. Please help me keep growing, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you, guys. TJ Crockett here, signing off. See y'all next time. Y'all be good, you hear?